Okay, we should be live, maybe. Let's check it out, maybe. Let me give you guys a couple seconds to get in here. Let me tweet out that we are live. Exotics. Okay, and let me get this. Oh my gosh, there are so many people. It's technically the same stream. It should not be the same stream. Let me... I renamed it. Here we go. It should not be the same stream. Let me check. Let me check the YouTubes. Everyone's saying it's technically the same stream. Looks like a different stream to me. Let me check my analytics. It's not important. It's not important. Yeah, it's not the same stream. Two different things. Okay, here we go. Holy shit. Wait, TWAB on a Wednesday. I know, right, Forcer? Crazy, right? Graviton Lance looks way too buffed for me for PvE, to be honest. We'll get into it, Blake. We'll get into it. Martin, welcome. James, welcome. AC, Skyburners Oath. I managed to catch the stream. Skarrow, TWAB's on Wednesday now. No, so the reason they did this, I'm assuming at least, is because of the Destiny Community Summit event. They flew in today and they're visiting part of Bungie Studios today. The actual main event all day is tomorrow. So I imagine they didn't want to have to deal with all of this tomorrow. They're just going to get it out of the way today. All right, here we go. Let's jump into it. This week at Bungie, we unleashed teams of 6 into Iron Banner. We have a lot to cover. Iron Banner 6v6 is in full swing. Exotic weapon previews have been dropping like loot. We're following that up with some important info on power progression and reward changes coming in Season 3. On top of all of this, we are having special guests in the building to give us valuable feedback. Let's get to it. That's a pretty strong intro. Okay, Crucible recap. Last week, we postponed Iron Banner while we worked out an issue. In its place, we rolled out a 6-player version of the Rumble based on player feedback. Here is PvP design lead Derek Carroll with more info on the state of combat between Guardians. So Derek asked, how did 6-player Rumble treat you? We heard your comments and took action when the 8-player version got too big for its cage, and we hope our work paid off. There are additional map-specific spawning fixes that will be present in the next update, so keep the feedback coming. That's good. Looking at you, Burnout. Burnout needs heavy spawn fixes. Same thing with Ember's Respite. Both of those were pretty broken. By the time you read this, Iron Banner will be well underway. As with everything we do in the Crucible, the true test is when players experience it out in the wild. Once you've felt how it plays, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Meet me here in a week or so. As you may have read last week, we are changing the way Crucible playlists work when Season 3 launches alongside the new expansion Warmind. Beginning on May 8th, all Destiny 2 players will be able to compete on any of the Crucible maps we put in our match-made playlists. Platform timed exclusive content will still be limited to that platform, but everything else is fair game. We believe that this is a big move for everyone, since players will no longer need to choose between playing a limited DLC playlist to see the new stuff and playing in a mainstream playlist to get the largest pool of opponents and maps. More fun for everyone. That's a fantastic move. We talked about that last week. Weapon Showcase. A few weeks ago, we gave you a preview of upcoming changes to Sturm and Drain. Telling you that what changes are coming is important, but the old saying holds true. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Back in February, we told you a few things that we had planned for the Graviton Lance. Earlier this week, we showed off those changes in action. So let's go ahead and watch it here. And then here you can see all that stuff. So one thing I do want to point out... Oh, wait, they shoot more. One thing I do want to point out, if you look right here... Can I play this in slower motion? Yeah. If you look right here, this last Guardian is not killed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are all killed there. This guy's killed by a rocket coming off the side of the screen. And then here they're going to shoot some more people. How many seconds? Yeah, so he reloads and skips like 5 seconds. So he's shooting this last guy. So this kills 3 people. This last guy is killed by another Graviton Lance over there. So it's not, people were saying like killed 9 Fallen with 1 burst. That's not it. I think he kills about 3 or 4 every time. It's still very powerful. I don't think it's going to be as powerful as people think. It'll be really cool. Same kind of effect as the Nova Bomb as we predicted. Why not just reuse assets? I'm pretty excited about that. So what did they have to say about that? Those poor Fallen. That wasn't the only video we teased out this week. You also got a glimpse of what Skyburners Oath will be capable of in Season 3. Now that we have shown you, here is senior designer John Wisniewski to tell you more about what is changing about those weapons and another you haven't seen yet. Okay, that's fine. What does everyone think about Graviton Lance? Graviton Lance is Gjallarhorn Lance. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't like the Curse of Osiris maps, to be honest. They're not bad. I like the one on Mars. I hate the one on Titan's iffy. It does look really good. It does look really good. I don't, like I said, I think it's important to notice it doesn't kill as many things as people think. Yeah, right there. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm excited for it. It'll be better. And I would also like to point out that it does 2-round bursts now. So it's like, I mean, it's pretty fast. So that's not bad. John says, hello. For some bizarre reason, Cosmo asked me to come back and waste some more space in the TWAB. So here I am, bloating on the internet tubes with more bits and gigawatts. What does that mean for you? Another update on the exotic weapon tuning heading your way this May. Today we'll talk about 2 guns, Skyburners Oath and Rat King. A while back, I talked about Graviton Lance and how one of the main areas to improve was the lack of utility within a pretty successful show of spectacle. Skyburners Oath almost has the opposite problem. It's a comparatively strong weapon, effective at multiple ranges, strong in ADS and from the hip, with varying fire rates. However, it lacks the spectacle to give it that exotic feeling, and kinds of play just like any other gun. To address this, we started with giving the projectiles explosive rounds as their default impact response. In ADS, the weapon will perform the same, full auto, slow firing, high impact. When firing from the hip, Skyburners Oath now lobs slower projectiles at a faster rate of fire that tracks targets and explodes. I did not know it tracks targets. That's awesome. The tracking functionality tends to draw projectiles to the center mass rather than to precision regions, so we reduce the precision scalar a bit and increase the damage to the body. Precision hits still do bonus damage, and the overall DPS is increased. The end result is a dual utility weapon that fires hit scan high damage projectiles while aiming down the sights, and rapid fire lobbed exploding tracking projectiles from the hip. It almost feels like a rapid fire grenade launcher that can transition to a precision death dealer with the press of a button. Here it is in action. Now this is my kind of hypothesis. I'm gonna redo that sentence because that came out pretty broken. So this is my hypothesis. I'm just going to quit. This is my hypothesis. That's how that word goes. In Crucible, I think this thing is going to be very, very good now. It'll be essentially like having a 4th weapon because you will be having that kind of grenade launcher, hit around corners, tracking, and you will be able to also have a long-range sniper rifle-like one. It's pretty cool. What's everyone think, man? What's everyone think about this? I guess let's watch it, right? Here we go. Skyburners Oath. What's this thing look like? So we saw this on Twitter, hitting very powerful precision shots here. And yeah, I don't know if the tracking capabilities are really that extreme. As you can see, he's missing a couple. Right there, you can kind of see it. When you get to longer distances, you can kind of see the curving a little bit. Yeah, like you can see it going like that. So, ish. That makes a lot of sense. Seems to be doing a decent amount of damage. I don't know like what this test environment is scaled in though, so that doesn't look bad. That looks pretty good. Yeah. So that looks really good. Let me know what you guys think about that, and I'm gonna go ahead and on to the Rat King because I think the stream's like a minute behind. It looks like. Next up is Rat King, which already has something of a fan base, but definitely has room to improve. Of the stats that improve with more fire team members running Rat King, the strongest is probably the increased rate of fire. Unfortunately, the DPS potential is hard to realize because some people just can't physically pull the trigger fast enough to cash in on this benefit or don't know to try. To make sure that this is both felt and used, we made the Rat King full auto to ensure the rate of fire increase can make a difference when running in a pack. That's awesome. Another pain was the restriction of having a rat pack. Why is that yellow? Doesn't exist. What if I click on it like that? Nope, doesn't exist. Okay. Good hyperlinks. Of having Rat King only activate when allies have Rat Kings equipped in hand felt a bit too situational. Rat Pack perk now triggers when fire team members have Rat Kings slotted as their kinetic weapon, stowed, or in hand. That's a pretty good change. We also front-loaded the stat benefits on the Rat Pack so they increase a bit more drastically with 1 or 2 fire team members, and up the base invisibility timer of Vermin to 7 seconds. That's also something I commented on in my exotic video. That's a very good change. Last but not least, to not overly tease, but why not, I'm going to tease, the Masterwork upgrade for Rat King is going to put a tasty garnish on the meal that you don't want to miss out on. Oh, the Masterworks are actually going to do something. That's really cool. That's pretty cool. Both look good so far. Let's see, Rat King, yeah, Forcer, Skarrow, yes, that's really good. All right, here's Rat King. Oh shit. That's actually insane. I don't even know. One more time. These guys are so hard to kill. It takes 4 rockets to kill these guys. Look, the eyes are glowing. Look at the eyes. That's not a thing, is it? Oh, maybe, okay, maybe the eyes have always done that and I've never noticed it because I've never used Rat King in a frickin'... Oh my god, this is insane. This is literally insane. Oh my gosh. It's never a waste of space to have the Noose stop by and share what weapon changes he's currently working on. Maybe we can convince him to come back next week to tell us about some more exotics we are buffing for Season 3. Holy shoot, guys. Holy shoot. That is insane. Did you, like I said, it takes 3 to 4 rockets, well-placed rockets to kill those things. They were melting him in seconds. The eyes always glowed? Yeah, you see the little details you don't notice when you don't play with bad things? That's Rat God, am I right? Exact, you hit that right on the nose, man. This will make team shotting stacks of teams even worse in Crucible. Bungo, please nerf. I mean, that's what the exotic's supposed to be used for, though. I'm so excited to use this. That's awesome. All right, get your final thoughts in there. I'm going to move on to Power Climb, and then I'll come back and see what you guys think at the end. But let's go ahead over to Power Climb. We have received a lot of feedback on rewards, power, and how you want your actions to be more meaningful and determining how your character performs in the world of Destiny 2. We're planning some adjustments based on this feedback, and senior designer Daniel Ockenpaw is here to give you the details. Daniel, I apologize, my friend. Last time I was here, I talked about our adjustments to the raid rewards. This time, I want to talk about some more broad changes we're making to the reward infrastructure of Destiny 2. One of the things we did when Destiny 2 launched was to make the power climb, the climb to the power cap fast and easy for everyone. It didn't matter who you were or what your playstyle was, the road to the cap was quick and accessible for everyone. The result was that achieving the cap felt less satisfying, it was easy, and there weren't any activities that dared to require it. That's a good point. I know a lot of you guys bring that up. The Forever 29, the Forever 31, the Forever 33 kind of feeling of vanilla. And especially with like Taken King getting to 335, a lot of people would always be stuck at like 334 because they didn't have like the ghost or the helmet. It was definitely a lot harder to hit max rank, and I feel like it mattered a lot more in Destiny 1. So I'm thinking that's what they're doing. Wolven asks, no JZ? Well, because it was a day early, we didn't have it planned. We have it planned for tomorrow still. So it launched today early, so I just jumped on. And I called him on the last stream. He didn't answer. So he's just not going to do it this week. We'll talk about it next week with him, though. Hopefully Rat King isn't that OP in Crucible. It looks like it, man. Rat King and Graviton Lance got the best buffs, and the Skyburners didn't get a signifying. I don't know what that means. Oh, significant buff. I don't know. Skyburners looks pretty good. I'll be very interested to see what these guys do. So with the release of Destiny 2 Expansion 2 Warmind, we're making some changes to the size and frequency of updates. Upgrades, excuse me. These changes will apply to all of Destiny 2, not just the Warmind endgame content. Our goals with this change are to bring back the meaning and accomplishment of achieving the power cap, to give players a sense of progression when they come back to play each week, and to reward players who engage in a broader scope of the Destiny 2 endgame content. We've made an effort to de-emphasize grinding public events for exotics and to reduce the impact of clan engrams on endgame progression. All very good things. I'm happy with all that. Before we get into specifics, I want to define a couple of terms so we are on common ground. Soft cap is a point that you can climb to easily via drops from any source. The hard cap is the power level you can obtain from weekly reward sources. The soft cap for Warmind is 340 and the hard cap is 380. I'm pretty sure you don't need a comma there, but whatever. These numbers don't consider any +5 mods, so 385 is going to be the cap. That was a Destiny 1 cap. Was it not 385? Right before Rise of Iron, I think it was 385. I think the Taken Spring made it 385. I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure. Remember that all drops are calculated using your best possible power, regardless of if you have the gear equipped or not. It can even be in the vault or on another character. That's pretty cool. Our target is that players who participate in all weekly activities should take several weeks to reach the hard cap. Oh my gosh. Raid and trials grant the largest increase, clan engrams provide very small increases, and the other weekly sources fall between these two. Players who don't participate in any group weekly activities are unlikely to hit the hard cap before the next release. Dedicated omnivore players will hit it before players that just play raids or trials exclusively. Additionally, the final 10 points from 370 to 380 will be significantly slower than 340 to 370. We expect that it will take players roughly equal time to go from 340 to 370 as from 370 to 380. Jesus Christ. We've decided to make this change because climbing to 370 allows you to tackle endgame content without suffering a severe underlevel penalty, but creates a significant accomplishment in achieving 380. That's insane. That's really cool. It was the soft cap for Rise of Iron, 385? Oh, yeah, okay. Before the Wrath of the Machine Prestige. Right, that's what it was. Thank you, Forster and Arlo. Yeah, jeez. That's crazy. Okay. Clan engrams offer excellent upgrades while players climbing to the soft cap. They should grant rewards an average of 15 power level higher than your current best possible while you're on the way there. This will help players catch up with their clanmates who are completing weekly activities. Once you have achieved the soft cap, your progress is going to rely a lot more on your own achievements. Clan engrams above the soft cap will grant gear only 0 to 2 points above your best possible. Wow. In an effort to combat exploits around creating new characters to take advantage of the one-time quests, we've decided to limit those rewards to the soft cap for the release they first appeared in. This means that Destiny 2 launched quest caps at 260 before mods, Curse of Osiris caps at 300, and Warmind caps at 340. To compensate for the new caps, they will give you a large boost 15 power when you earn them, as long as you are below that cap. Farming exotics to increase your power has been removed. If they drop from a non-weekly source, they'll come out of an engram at the same power as a legendary would after you've gotten to the soft cap. We believe the changes to the quest rewards and exotic farming will ensure the most effective way to reach the power cap is to play the most challenging and social weekly activities. Wow. Thank you for hanging in there through this long explanation. Please let us know any feedback you have about this new way forward in Destiny 2 rewards. We're going to carefully monitor feedback from this post and our early data after Warmind launches to guide any changes we might make to this in the future. So if you love it, let us know. If you hate it, let us know that too. Wow, those are really good changes. You guys know me. I've always been, in Destiny 2 at least, of the mindset, like, you guys are always getting on to me about not being 335. Constantly. Every stream I hear someone say it. And it's just because I can get there. I have the gear to do it. It's just, like, if I get a drop, I just delete it. Like, I don't even care at this point. I have everything. It doesn't make that big of a difference. So I honestly just don't care that much. This will make me care. If I can get to 380, I will always be 380. because these are really good changes. I like this a lot. Let me know what you guys think. I like that a lot, man. I haven't even started the Curse of Stars campaign on my Titan. You should do that, man. Oh. I'm excited for that. These are really good changes. It's going to make it a lot harder, but it's like, that's a good thing. That's what we need. That's crazy. Okay. Next one, High Altitude. The guy who used to write these weekly blog addresses, those are his words, apparently he hates the term This Week at Bungie, wants to hog the mic for just a minute to share some final thoughts on the community summit that's happening tomorrow and Friday at Bungie. D says, thanks, Cosmo. Thursday and Friday, we will be honored and humbled to host a small but insightful sampling of the community here in our studio. They'll be here to give us their opinions on our goals and our plans. Some of them you know, some of them we know. We want you to know that this is not the only way we are gathering feedback about Destiny 2, and these are not the only people we are listening to about the game. This summit will be about collaboration. Our best conversations will be about the future. This isn't a marketing event. There will be no reveals this week. We are not streaming while they are here. We don't have a wealth of news to report once our time together is over. They'll be welcome to report on the mood from the gathering. They'll tell you what they told us. We'd ask you not to press them for promises on what the state of Destiny 2 will be in the months to come. That work will still fall to us, and there's plenty of time for those things to find their final form. Next week, if they want to, they'll share some of their own content from the next expansion. For this week, we wanted to give them a seat at our table. So, that's pretty good. What is everyone... I think the most interesting things... The most interesting things, I would have to say, are the changes to the Rat King, because that's insane. The exotic changes in general, but Rat King I'm very interested in. And the changes to the power level. Very interesting things. You have just read over 2,400 words of knowledge. How are you feeling? We have more lined up for you next week during the stream. Join us April 24th, that's next Tuesday, at 10 a.m., 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on Twitch to see Warmind in Season 3. In the meantime, we'll be playing some Iron Banner 6v6 and finishing up some ornaments. I'll see you out there. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. It's a lot of good stuff, guys. This is a lot of good stuff. Like, a lot of good stuff. Yeah. I mean, look at this. That's just... Man, I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird spot with it. Because I'm excited. I'm very excited. But it's like... Is this really happening? You know? Skarrow, isn't Riskrunner on the exotic change list? Yes, it is, Forcer. Yes, it is. We just don't know what it's doing yet. Dang. Yeah, that's crazy. This is really crazy. Just extremely crazy. I know that's kind of a boring word I'm going to keep using, but it's really good. I'm excited for all of this. I really am. All right, what's everyone thinking? Do we have anyone saying anything else? Doesn't really look like it. I think they should make Riskrunners Arc Chaining activate with any damage. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, well, I think I am going to go make a quick video about this, talking about the greatest things here. It'll be very exciting to see everyone's feedback once they watch the video. But I think that is going to be the live stream, since no one else is really talking about it. So, thank each and every one of you for dropping by. Sorry, Jay-Z had to miss this week. Like I said, we didn't have a lot of notice. Thanks, Bungie. I'm excited to see what comes out of the Community Summit event. I'm excited to see everything that you guys think about this. It's going to be really cool. And, yeah, that's going to be the stream. Once again, thank each and every one of your faces for coming out and joining us. As always, I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see you guys back tonight, probably with the video. So thank you once again, and I'll see you later.